of attracting, manifesting, law of attraction for your acting work. And it's really the same as the rest of your life. First of all, you have to create momentum. So don't just sit home and wait for the phone to ring. Get involved with other actors. Be out there auditioning, trying to get auditions, even taking classes. People who take my commercial acting workshops, they meet other actors. They start going out afterwards. One actor tells another one about projects, and they really share everything. So keep the flow going. It's great. You should be taking classes at night to get out there to hone your craft, be with other actors, find out about what's going on.
Absolutely. I mean, even after I took your class, we've kept in touch and we go to theatre together, and it's creating a supportive community as well.
It is. So you really do have to start the momentum and have long-sighted goals. There's jobs I take that I take them for different reasons, sometimes to create momentum. So you don't want to sell yourself short, but sometimes you have a longer goal than which is right in front of you. Sometimes you might want to take a job that's not paying as much. So do we as casting directors. It's all the same.
All right.
But it creates other jobs, and it keeps you busy, it keeps you energetic while you're doing something else, while you're waiting or going towards longer goals.
And also referrals and things like that. If you've worked with someone, they might think about you for something else or recommend you. And
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So widening your community is really important.
Very, very, very much so. It's obvious work begets work. Keep building your resume. Build it towards what you want, where it to go. Surround yourself with positive people. Very important. Mm-hmm. Very, very important. Because you want to go towards the positive, and people who are around you who are positive, they're creating positivity. Things are going to come to you like a magnet. The one thing is, whatever comes to you is going to be unexpected and come to you at unexpected times. So it's really living in a momentum, and then things come to you unexpectedly.
Absolutely.
And you have to really, really believe in yourself. So
believing in yourself is always an issue for actors, so it's really important to, have that self-care as well as a practice.
Yeah, because you have to do everything with passion. And I want to talk about that for a while, because when you audition with passion, meaning very connected, believing in your choices, even when you walk in the door, believing in yourself, that's passion. I don't mean passion in a dramatic way. I mean passion as connected, being connected. And it shows up all over the place. Your audition is going to be good if you're passionate about it, if you have connection, if you're connected. Even those dreaded auditions tell us something about yourself. I teach this in my classes a little bit, where tell us something about yourself. If you tell a story where you're very connected and you have passion about it, it's very, very attractive and appealing. It's a good story. It's a good audition. Along with that, you have to have respect for yourself and what you're doing. So the respect and the passion, the connection, will keep you going, will keep you feeling confident.
And it goes back to that law of attraction thing again. Like if the people in the room are sensing that you respect yourself and you're passionate about your story, they're going to feel that.
Absolutely. So it's how you walk in the front door, how you walk in the audition, how you prep for the audition, how you connect with people in the room, how you tell your stories, how you connect with a commercial that's a half a minute. Those of you who have taken my workshop know that I teach like a short scene. So there's backstories and texture, and you're not just standing there just saying a couple of words. So you have to have respect for yourself, you have to have respect for the medium that you're going in for. So it brings us to respect and passion. And things are going, that creates attraction too. I feel it when an actor walks in the room. I'm impressed when they feel good about themselves. They're sure, I don't mean sure of yourself in a cocky way. I mean, happy to be there, happy to have that piece of material, happy to have your minute and a half in front of the camera. Happy to have driven over here, happy to be involved, pleased to be involved. It's very impressive, and it attracts me as a casting director to you.
And often that it doesn't happen like by faking it. You've got to really be doing those things in your real life in order to make that 1 minute be authentic, right?
Exactly. There's no faking it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about real, being very, very real.
Creating all those opportunities outside of the room so that when you walk in the room, that's all the work that you've done, all the community and all the great things that are happening for you outside of the room. It just beams from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's long term. It's unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone asking questions? Are my friends from Florida out there?
Has anyone got any questions? Please ask them if you do.
Yeah, please do.
But there's quite a few people watching online right now. So hello to all the people that have joined us.
Hi.
If you do have any questions, go ahead and ask.
I mean, right now, like I'm casting these films and just came off of 2 commercials. I'm looking through thousands of reels and pictures, and those of you who have auditioned for me before, I remember the connection that you have. I remember how you feel when you walk in the room, the essence that you bring into the room, your involvement in what you're doing, that you love what you're doing, that you are sticking to it.
I've got to
remember that.
Absolutely.
We have a question?
We do have a question. Great. Do you see commercials coming back around to Union? Thanks, Anne, for the question.
Oh, let me look in my crystal ball. When it comes back to Union, it's going to come back in a different way. So, I hope so. We all hope so. That gives you a better career. Long term, get your pension and welfare, pension eventually, get your health insurance. It's a career, so we hope so. But when it does come back, I believe it's going to come back in a different way. And hopefully the unions will start changing the contract so it will allow for that.
Great. Thanks for your question, Anne. And a question from Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Lydia, sorry.
Oh,
Lydia
Lydia.
Robson. Thank you, Terry, for taking the time to enlighten us today. I am manifesting a flourishing career in commercials and comedy. I work at a studio I work at a studio. Would a good way to create momentum be to ask the casting execs or assistants for general meetings?
Say that again?
Would a good way to create momentum be to ask the casting execs and assistants for general meetings?
If you're right there and you have a chance to ask them, yeah, why not? You want to meet people.
Do casting directors tape general meetings typically?
We don't have time. We used to do those seminars, educational seminars at night and on weekends. And there are laws now that have stopped a lot of those. So we're kind of in limbo as to, we want to meet more people and you want to meet more of us. So now that a lot of those workshop, educational meeting, kind of networking, workshop, seminars are limited, we don't quite know what to do anymore. So maybe the actors could get together and have some kind of movement where we can have something back again.
That sounds like a good suggestion there. And somebody said regarding union, do you mean more regional contracts? You mean more?
No, by union, the person who asked it, and what I mean is work going under the SAG-AFTRA union contract.
Okay.
So that could be spot, regional, national, it doesn't matter. It would go under a union contract.
Okay. And then Jackie Lauper asks, is there age limitation?
Hi, Jackie.
Is there age limitations cast in commercials?
No, everything. I mean, what I'm casting now is age 6 to 80, actually. No, there's no age limitations.
So get out there, Jackie.
Get out there, Jackie. I don't know how old you are, but get out there.
Exactly. And Lisa Dobbin asks, do you see self-tape requests for commercials becoming popular?
No, we don't. First of all, we want the people in the room. We want to direct you. It's dangerous. The self-taping is dangerous because you could tape it over and over and over again and get the exact audition that you want. And we don't know that you did that. And we see a good audition. And then, well, hopefully there'd be a callback involved. So we want you in the room because part of how you audition is how fast you can do something. If our session director gives you direction, that you can take direction. So no, we don't see it going that way.
And I suppose when you talk about positive energy and things like that, it's really something you experience in real life as well. Connecting with an actor.
Absolutely.
So that's harder to get when you self-tape.
You don't want self-taped. You want to be in the room. You want to get out of your house. You want to be in the room with the casting director or the session director, first of all. Secondly, it's limited when you come in for an audition. If it's every 10 minutes, the spaces, and it's from 10 to 5:30, we have 46 spaces, so you're only up against 46, just say, as an example. If it's taped, you'll be up against hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. I know actors who, before all the theatrical self-taping started, would be called in by casting directors, they'd be booked, or they'd be booked directly. Now that self-taping is very popular in theatrical, they're not booking as much because they're up against huge competition. So you don't want self-taping. However, for theatrical, usually you're brought right to the producer, so a casting director will ask you to self-tape as a pre-audition, pre-screening, and then they'll call you in for the producers, directly for the producers. And a lot of, when they used to do a lot of these educational seminar or workshop things that we're stopped from doing now, they used a lot of those. It was a way that they could pre-screen you also. So they got to know you. So when there was a particular breakdown where there wasn't the budget or the time to have an actual casting session, they already knew you, so they could bring you in straight for producers. So it's good for a pre-audition, but not really good for the audition themselves.
Got it. And Mark Jacobson asks, I know
Mark.
you mentioned watching reels, I'm assuming theatrically. Do you
Yes.
see a benefit to commercial reels? And if so, any specs that you think work best? Example, sweet spot in terms of time, number of clips.
I can see what I need to see from a theatrical demo, even for commercial. Certainly if I'm working on theatrical, I don't want to see a commercial one, unless that's all you have. As far as a sweet spot and number of clips, have it go along, move along fast, and don't put a montage in the beginning with music and looks and romping around, because I sit there, you go, oh, come on, like, show me, I'm looking for a reason, I want to see your acting. So get right to the acting.
Mm-hmm. That's really good advice. There's so many comments. Okay.
And then also, a lot of the theatrical ones, you're murdering someone or slashing and screaming and crying, and I'd say start out with something that gives us a little more, lets us see subtly a little more of you, and then you can work your way into something so broad, so big.
Right. Thank you, Mark, for that question. Tiffany Coffey's commented,
Hi, Tiff.
Hi, Tiff. Your commercial workshop is one of the highlights of my acting career. You can't fake passion because it comes from the heart.
Thank you. Thank you for mentioning my commercial acting workshop. Actually, believe it or not, the holidays are coming upon us. So my next one and the last one for this season is November 2nd, and then it goes right before Christmas. So whether you're going to sign up for my commercial acting workshop or any other workshop, I'd say with someone else, jump on it, because the holidays are coming up and we really don't teach during the holidays.
And
because you're going to Christmas parties and traveling.
Gets busy, too busy for people to commit. So what's the date, the start date?
November 2nd, Thursday evenings, and there's some spots left.
Okay, and how do they, if they want to join?
They can go to workshops.berlandcasting.com.
Okay, workshops.berlandcasting.com. I'll
Yes.
put that in the show notes. Thank you for sharing your knowledge from Corinne Davis. This is great.
Hi, Corinne.
Michael Hampton says it's the Great Pumpkin. I guess
it's Halloween. It's pumpkin season.
And it's not just Halloween, it's the month of manifestation.
That's right. I declare October Law of Attraction Month for actors.
Brilliant. I know a lot of actors.
I want it all to come to you. And I know that doing all this will give momentum, bring momentum to you. I know it.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate your support, Terry. It's been wonderful chatting to you. There's one last comment from Janet Carabelli.
Oh, Janet!
She's
from
like,
Florida.
She said, yes, I'm in Florida.
I know. I was supposed to be there teaching you guys, and I had to evacuate from the hurricane.
Oh, my goodness.
I might be back in February.
Oh, great.
with the great Laurie Wyman Casting.
Fantastic. Well, I've just got a couple more comments which we'll have time to read out. Teresa Parker saying thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And I think I've got everyone else's comments. Well, thank you for the comments, everybody.
Yes, thank you. This is great.
It's wonderful.
And don't forget to write in anything that you would like me to talk about. I want to bring to you what you want.
Well, thank you so much for your invaluable information and support.
Oh, you're welcome.
Terry, on behalf of all the actors, we thank you.
I know. Happy Manifestation Month.
Awesome. Have a great month, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Terry.